If you just joined in, this is Good Morning Abuja coming to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. And moving on the program, I have a guest here with me that will be telling us about the tourism potentials right here in the FCT. Who am I talking about? He is Leke Adepojo and he is a travel agent. You're welcome to Good Morning Abuja.
Good morning.
You're looking all colorful.
Thank you so much for joining us this
Yeah.
morning.
You're welcome.
Okay. So when they talk about tourism, especially in the FCT, because we want to narrow it down now to the FCT, because we believe here it's just all about the government, power of sea, nothing spectacular. Like if you want to see tourism, you have to go outside of the FCT. But now I want to shock people.
Okay. So we're looking at the tourist attractions in Abuja.
Okay. Anyway, we have many of them in Abuja,
Okay.
but the starting point for tourism is to consider the accessibility.
Okay.
So people cannot just jump from the sky into a city. They need a means of transportation.
Okay.
So and we have rail, we have a good road network, and we have a airport.
Okay.
So thank God that they are considering expanding the capacity of the airport
Okay.
and then beautification of it because it's so important.
Mm-hmm.
We have that, and it's a very good factor for FCT in terms of tourism. We have, just as somebody said before the program started, that we have Usman Dam. Yeah, it's a
Okay.
very good place.
Okay.
When if you have been there, you will enjoy the place, seeing the water and the water view, even the waterworks, the section where the treatment is going on.
Mm-hmm.
And there is another park just down the side of the Usman Dam.
Okay.
It's not so big. It's a mini park. It has good sculptures and what have you.
Mm.
And it has a sit out area where one can enjoy oneself. We have Millennium Park. It was a point of attraction when it started.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So everybody would want to be
Be
there,
there.
to see the water running and what have you.
Mm.
And we have Wonderland with Wonder Mountain.
Mm.
When you are on top of the mountain
Mm.
around the Wonderland, you will see the city gates, the stadium, and
Oh, okay.
an
Okay.
overview,
Oh,
to some
really?
extent of
Okay.
Abuja city.
Mm.
So it would be a very nice thing if there could be a conscious effort to put something like tower around that
Okay.
place.
Mm.
So it gives it, the height. So then you can now have maybe a complete view of the Abuja,
Okay.
especially the hammock. So we have Jabi Lake Park,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and it's also a point of attraction. There are a lot of entertainment show that used to go on around the lake,
Mm.
and just on the other side of that side, we have the Jabi Lake Mall. It's also
Okay.
a point of attraction. In fact, nearly everybody that goes to Jabi Lake Mall to
You want
shop,
to
they want to see
see
the
the
side
lake?
of the lake.
Okay.
So we have that, and we have beautiful hotels
Mm.
because you see hotels, they are on the aspect of tourism classified as accommodation, but in some places they could still be
Tourism.
attractions.
Mm.
So because if you are coming from, let's say, a less civilized area and you are in Abuja, you want to see Nikon and
Okay.
some other hotels like
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
with their beauty, the height. So those ones are also point of attraction.
Okay.
When one is in Abuja, you want to see them.
Mm.
And another thing that is also of importance is the National Assembly itself.
Yeah.
It's very amazing that whoever, a visitor into Abuja or even resident,
Mm.
should occasionally visit the place,
Mm.
stay at the gallery, see the proceeding of the house,
Mm.
and things like that. It's also a point of attraction for tourists. And even around the Aso Rock itself, though there is a restriction
Yeah, I
to
was
go
going
on
to say that are people
but at
allowed
least a
to
tour
these
company
places?
can give a ride,
Okay.
around the place to
Okay.
see the vicinity, to see how vast the area, the seat of power is occupying,
Mm.
and then the kind of security network that is there. They
Okay.
are also points of attraction.
Mm.
And we have Park and Zoo. not
Yeah.
far from
Okay.
there, just behind the Aso Rock there.
Mm.
Okay.
So you see, and it's a well secured environment. It has a sit out area. They have some recreations, outdoor things for children and even for adults as
Mm.
well.
Mm.
And the zoo is there. You have animals that one can see.
Mm.
So it's also a point of attraction in
Okay.
Abuja.
Okay.
So we have art galleries, all over the places. The National Art Gallery itself, and with the one that is around the Yaradua Center.
Mm.
So all those ones are point of attractions.
Okay.
So for people to visit
Okay, so
Abuja.
looking at those potentials that we have in the FCT now, I know some of them were created. Okay, yes, fine. Like the park and zoo you mentioned was, but has this all this potential now been actually made use of? Has it been put to use? It's not just having it now.
No,
It's
okay.
just for the purpose of it being there. But I mean,
Serving
it's
the
supposed to
purpose for
serve
which
a
it's supposed
purpose.
to use.
Yes.
Yes, I think to some extent they are being put to use.
Okay.
May not really be bringing anything for government with the loose way they are handling it.
Okay.
For instance, if there is a standard procedure for registering tour companies that will be within FCT.
Mm.
So it may not be restricted to only FCT. So it's a general thing that when you have a tour company in a particular place, the visitors that are coming,
Mm.
Yankari Game Village or that of the this other national park could be their point of attraction
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
that they really want to visit. And there will be an arrangement for that to move them from the FCT to the place and then probably return them the following day
Mm.
because of the stress of traveling to such a place. So where I'm going is government there is a way they can register the tour companies,
Mm.
regularize it. Once it is regularized, the National Assembly, they will allow them for political tourism for
Okay.
people to
Okay.
come into the gallery since it is coordinated, not an open thing that the fear of threat of attack or things like that will
Mm.
happen. So, and by the time you regulate that, it brings in more money for government.
Okay.
And there are other aspects of, like the Millennium Park, it is gradually going down. They are not putting it to, they are not optimizing its usage.
Okay.
So also are the other attractions. In fact, especially Jabi Lake Park.
Okay.
Okay, this
Well,
brings me to, sorry,
okay.
outdoor activities for tourists. Do we have any outdoor activities for them when they come?
Yeah, all these places that okay, if you go to Jabi Lake Park, it is an outdoor.
Mm.
And you
Okay.
are making use of the speedboat or the canoe and what have you that are provided there.
Okay.
It's outdoor. And if you go to another park, it's also an outdoor thing
Okay.
that you move around or you do the mountaineering
Mm, that
behind the park
mountaineering.
itself. Yeah.
It's a
So it's
whole
an
lot.
outdoor
Oh,
activity.
okay.
Okay.
So
Want to go on a short break so that when we come back, we'll continue with it. You have so many more. Now you just dwelt on the city center. You're going to tell us of other area councils in the
okay.
FCT. We've been speaking with Leke Adepoju. He is a travel agent, and we've been talking about the tourism potentials in the FCT. He has told us a whole lot, but we'll continue after the short break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back. We still have our tourist agent in the house, and we have more questions to ask him. All right, so this time let's look at the food culture in the FCT.
Being the Federal Capital Territory by its name, it's not limited to only the indigenous people of
Mm-hmm.
FCT.
Okay, yeah.
So it's not uncommon for you to move from one place to the other, seeing Calabash shop, this, yao yo, all those things
Okay.
are a point of uh, where we can have a feel of people's food.
Local cuisine.
Okay.
So if you really want to have the mama put treat, that will
Okay.
be a standard one. You go around that area 11
Oh,
behind
Wow.
the H Medit.
okay.
So you have
So,
them in an open
Mama
So
land.
if
put
I
area.
decide to go to Amala joint, where do I go to? If I want to
Uh,
eat Amala now.
yes, it is also there behind the H Medit in area 11. And you have a Yao Yo at Wu.
Okay.
So you have another one at
And we have Calabar
Kado.
kitchen and all that.
Yes, they are there. They are
Wow.
Okay,
there.
Wow.
So
nice.
if you go, even surprisingly, it's only in places that probably are designated as limited to maybe like Yao Yo or what have
Mm.
you. if you enter into any restaurant around that area 11, as they are offering you Edika Iko, they are offering you other types of
Are they not
So,
expensive?
they are affordable to tourists.
affordable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Affordable
Okay.
to tourists. Okay, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Okay. Like aside this other one now, the known places like these places you mentioned are actually known, and because they are kind of in the city center. So we know that some area councils have some hidden potentials. I don't know if it has been what has been done to actually aside being in discovering them as bringing them out for the public consumption, public domain to actually know these places are powerful places you can visit in the
Okay.
FCT.
Yeah. Anyway, the Usman Dam is in Buari area
Buhari.
council,
Okay.
and not far from the Buari itself. And the other aspect of it is this education tourism that we
Okay.
are not fully within. I didn't mention in the first place.
Okay.
When you go to places like all these satellite towns, deliberately the government is they structure it in such a way that you can go to this end and you see this. If you are interested in seeing WAEC, you go to Gwagwalada. If you want to see Mathematics Association of Nigeria, you go to Kwali. So you want to see JAM, you go to
Buhari.
Buari. So all those places are attracting people.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
and it's not necessarily
It's also
for,
adding development.
it's not necessarily for sightseeing. It could be a purposeful one.
Okay.
Even business itself is tourism, is
Tourism.
an act of tourism. So, for as long as it involves you moving from one place to another,
Wow.
so it is a tourism. So,
Okay.
and we have religious tourist centers
Yes,
here,
I was
as
going to say
also
that.
in Abuja.
Okay.
So look at the National Mosque, the National Church, and Noor Mosque as well. So those are the places that if a Muslim is in town, he will want to worship there.
Okay.
Or a Christian is in town, he would like to worship there.
So far, have they been able to harness these potentials?
Not to its optimum level.
Okay.
Those potentials are there. Fortunately, there has not been a conscious effort on the part of the FCT
So, but what do you think
administration.
can be done? In what way do you think that can be able to enhance this?
Actually, we need to be conscious and deliberate about some things.
Okay.
The first and foremost is all these facilities that we are talking about, they need to be put to proper use to optimize their presence, like Jabili Park, the Millennium Park, and other ones that we have in town. And then the starting point for the FCTA is to have a department that will take care of tourism.
Maintenance. No.
No, when you have
People always
tourism,
say we lack maintenance
Maintenance
culture
culture.
in Nigeria. So
yes,
that
there is
area
no
too.
there is no dispute about that. It's a general shortcoming in the country. But we can be deliberate in the sense of having a designated, like IFCT now, there is no department of tourism or
Wow.
an agency that is dealing
Responsible
with
for that. Wow.
tourism. So, and the places where we have, we have big halls like International Conference Center, Yaradua, and what have you, that can accommodate people for events. But we don't have one that probably are owned, that is actually owned by the FCT, and it is a
And
very
it can
huge
generate
size.
revenue.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just imagine that we are having, instead of having this entertainment show that is limited to festive period alone, it can be run the year.
Around
Okay.
here.
Okay, so your final vote.
Okay. My advice is that we have the potential already in Abuja. So the authorities should be conscious. It's a way of generating revenue and then attracting more people. If we are really serious about growing Abuja into a mega city status, those are the things we need to put in place.
Wow.
It's put more money in the pocket of the hoteliers and the transport companies that are doing hiring and what have you. So, and it brings more money for government as well.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Okay. Thank you so much. You've heard it all. A lot of places to go. So you won't say there's nowhere for you to go and have fun in the FCT. So he has just mentioned a lot. And the interesting part is that whatever food you want to eat, you will have them here in FCT. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right. It's time for us to take this musical break. And when we return, the program continues. Please don't go anywhere.